Hello, is this thing working? Is this thing on? Good day, mates. Lester here. Today I'll be coming to you speaking only in my Australian accent because we're taking a ride on Voodoo and I'll be using my Australian saddle. Give me a moment to mount up. I'm good. Maggie! I'm good. Probably getting too old for this. All right, so I'm gonna have 100 people tell me what I did wrong. And it'll probably be 100 different things. But maybe I wasn't speaking as Australian. Maybe it was my Australian accent that threw them off. Let me flip this camera around and find out where my horse is at. Folks, you may not realize this. From the way that I'm dressed, shorts, my new Christmas Crocs. Yeah, Brindley got me these. Brindley. Look, this is cute. Yeah, Brindley, my little niece. Jake and Kayla's daughter. Uncle Dan and Lou's granddaughter. You know, Brindley. She got me those for Christmas. And it's December the 22nd, folks. December 22nd. It's a beautiful day out here. It's warm. It's probably in the mid-70s, and I think it's a great day for a ride. So what prompted this was I was actually cleaning saddles, and I pulled out this Australian saddle, and I thought that I would clean it, and before I do, I thought, you know what, I'm going to throw it on Voodoo and give him a little spin around. So give me a second. So, yeah, I'm quite embarrassed about the condition I let this thing get in. I know that if Claire's watching this video, she's going to be so let down with me because this is actually the saddle that came with Voodoo when we first got him. And I have not taken care of it, Claire. And so today I was working on the saddles, getting them all cleaned up and conditioned. And that's when I realized how horrible this thing here looked. And the thing is, it was our nicest saddle. And it will be again. This is also the saddle that I was using the time that I got thrown off. The one time that Voodoo threw me off, it was with this saddle. But I'm convinced it's not the saddle as much as it was the bridle. And so since then, we stopped putting that bit in his mouth. We stopped using that uncomfortable hackamore. And now we just are using simple snap-on reins with his halter. And so I'm convinced that has made a world of difference. There are probably so many people that could get such a better ride and make him such a better horse. And that takes a lot to admit. It takes a lot to admit when you admit that you're not that good on something, you know. Such a beautiful horse. All right, that's good right there. Well, I'm good. Well, there's the pad. I see everybody looking, so I'm sure they all saw the bucking horse come through here. Damn it, could it be that Australian saddle? Seriously, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the Australian folks and the makers of that Australian saddle, but could it be the Australian saddle? Dude, why'd you do that? Why did you do that? I don't understand. So, okay, is it because the saddle's filthy? I don't understand what it was that had you throw me off like that. So, obviously, it's too late to show you now all of the adjustments under here, but I thought I did everything right. Obviously, it's way looser now than what it was when I tried to get on them. It's still buckled. So, folks, you're going to have a hard time overlooking how dirty this thing is. I know that. This video probably should just be scrapped. Why did you do that? Because now, folks, I have to get back on. You know this. I'll tell you what I'm not going to do is use this saddle. Because this is the second time that he has thrown me off using this saddle. You know, the only good thing about this right here, hold on a second. Let me put this down for a minute. I probably should have done that first. All right, we're going to try this again now. Can we try this again? All right, we're going to try this again, folks. We've done a little lunging, left and right, with saddle, without saddle. We've actually changed saddles. I got the old Western style back on here now. And I've done everything that I can think of that you folks have advised me to do. I've made sure there's no briars or grass burrs under the pads that could be pinching them. My finger can actually fit in between the girt, so I know it's not too tight. Listen, my hand is back there. I know that what Rick and Courtney both said is that you don't have to get that girt that tight if you're not going to be running and, you know, doing barrels and, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff like that. I'm just doing a casual ride. So there's nothing pinching, there's nothing hurting that I can tell. He's lunging. This is just dirt, folks. If in case you're wondering, that is just mud. He's been laying down in that clay by the pond, and he's quite dirty. And from what I could tell, he's not limping. There's nothing at all wrong with him physically. I believe that he has just been a month without being handled. And like I was saying to Jamie, these shorter days, I'm getting home after dark. I just have time to feed him. I haven't even had much time to love on him as far as just grooming him and loving him. And today, for me just to walk out and throw a saddle on him and expect to go was probably just a mistake on my part. He's a sensitive guy, and he's a sensitive guy. Okay, we're gonna go try this again. Now, this time, don't let me down. Okay. Now we're gonna try this again. So you ready, Ellie?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie. Ready, Ellie?
Yeah.
All right, don't let go yet. Don't let go yet. Okay, you can let go. All right, now I'm gonna slowly walk away. Thank you, Caden. All right, let's go. Thank you, Caden.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Whew. All right, we made it. I will say that was quite the adventure. What started off with a disaster right here in the front yard ended up being a pretty decent ride. I hate to think it might be the Crocs. I hate to think that it might be the Crocs that had him all weirded out. But anyway, I'm proud of him. Good job. You did a good job. Hold it while I get down, Ella. You got him?
Daddy's coming off, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, right there. Just hold him right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, success. Thank you, Ellie.
You're welcome.
Whoa. 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 I know what you're gonna say, Rick. That I plopped my ass down too hard. back. There we go. I'm gonna plow ride. I think that's what you call it. Whoa. Whoa. All right, so what I'm doing here is I use more of the plow ride. I don't know if my feet are set right in the stirrups. I'm a little bit too close for you all to see. I don't know exactly if the height is adjusted right. Oh, my legs look horrible. That's from Cornholio. All right, Voodoo is filthy. He's been rolling in the mud. Just excuse all of that. All right, and also when I got on my saddle, I turned a little bit. The saddle has twisted a little bit in the seat. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, whoa. All right. Jeez. What a bumpy ride. I am so thankful that I'm wearing a saddle. That he's wearing a saddle. What am I talking about? Folks, started off a little bit bumpy, ended a little bit bumpy, but I'd rather have this kind of bump than how this ride started. Listen, I just want to say this is an amazing horse right over here, and I have been a very negligent owner. Not only have I neglected to clean and keep up with these saddles, which I feel horrible about. I talked to you about that in an earlier video, how I'm going to start spending more time keeping these things cleaned up. But I've also not spent as much time with the horses. And what I hate about that is it's hard to work. You know, when you get home from work, it's already dark, and you don't do you can't do a whole lot when it's already nighttime. What's all that noise for? Anyway, like I said, I feel like his saddle, well, you can obviously see the saddle has turned a little bit crooked. That was for me not wanting to get it as tight as what I probably should have. So I'm torn on a lot of things. Still have more questions than answers, and I don't mind admitting that. Sorry about the shadow effect here. I don't really see an angle where I can not have the shadows. But it's a bright, beautiful day here in Texas. Guys, it's December the 22nd. And as you can see, we're wearing shorts and Crocs. It's not cold. And Anyway, it was a really fun ride, and it's nice getting back out here on Voodoo. I'm going to do it more often than I have to. I have to find time. If I don't ride him, I can probably still lunch him at night after I get home from work. But you saw what happens when you don't, folks. You saw what can happen when you don't spend time with your horse. So anyway, with that being said, it was a fun ride, and it ended up being a fun ride. I love this little guy. All right, well, I'm glad we could end this on a good note. I love this guy so much, and I'm so blessed to have him a part of the sanctuary. He's such a beautiful, beautiful horse, and for the most part, very well mannered. So today started a little bit rough, but I know that's my own fault, and I will be a lot more diligent in working with him and spending time with him, even if it's just lunging him after I get home from work for a little bit, or just kind of, you know, maybe more hands-on. But today was just me being facetious and thinking that even though he hadn't been handled in over a month, I can just go out there and jump on and go. And you saw the downside of that kind of thinking. Hey, thinking like a horse, folks. That's who we're learning from, along with a few other folks who've been so kind. So anyway, all is well. My Crocs are fine. I guess the worst thing that happened was that piece of grass there got stuck in between that cow and the croc. And I believe that's minor, considering what could have happened to a man my age. I did feel my legs buckle. I haven't felt that leg buckle in quite a while, and I actually felt my legs buckle. And that's not a real comfortable feeling. But as of now, all my knees are able to be bent, and I seem to be working okay. Until tomorrow. That's when you'll really know how hard of a fall you took the next day. All right, good stuff, folks. Good stuff, Voodoo.